Hello and welcome to another Forged Alliance Forever cast. I'm your host Swkoll, and today we'll be looking at a 4v4 on the Pyramid. This is a very interesting map. It's been played a lot more recently. It generally revolves around the sort of circular pattern around this giant pyramid in the middle. Also worth noting, there's a lot of little rocks around here that can get early reclaim. So, bottom team, we've got the Mighty Humper, Jade, Voodoo, and Chevalier. Top team, we've got Mad Stork, Armageddon, Postal, and NYQ. Some important things are to gain mexes, pretty much. Over here, there's a sort of incline as you come on to the corners, sort of creating a basin in the middle of the map. A lot of fighting can also take place sort of in these lanes, these circular lanes around the map. So early on, we're seeing Armor going to the center with his ACU, and Jade currently going to the center with the Mighty Humper. So it'll be 2v1 in the middle against Armageddon. Let's give a nice advantage to the bottom side team. So NYQ coming out with an early aggressive drop into the back. Or not into the back, but the bottom right corner. And Mad Stork setting up factories. Looks like he wants to establish position of the upper left corner to give them a map control advantage. Factories are going up. This could be very annoying for the bottom side team to have forces coming on at them from three directions. So right now we're seeing people set up their factories. Nice drops coming out from NYQ, and first shots of the game, or major shots. Postal and Voodoo's ACU find each other. Postal decides to put on pressure, take out the mechs, and then retreats. Lots of Tech 1 spam coming out from the front players. Not so much from Armageddon. This is mainly this is a combination of a tech map and a spam map. The Mighty Humper is getting Tech 2, and Armageddon is getting the gun. More engagements over in the bottom side. We're seeing gestures come in, try to attack Postal's ACU. They should be destroyed by some nice interceptor presence from the top side team. A critical early air battle. Looks like the bottom side team will win it with Voodoo's interceptors. It's worth noting that both the top and bottom corners were successfully taken over by their respective teams. No, not by their respective teams, by the top team. Take two transports coming out. Looks like they'll be establishing a nice base. Now a push coming out from Armageddon, pushing down into Voodoo's base. Engineers are falling, because the plan is to run past everything. Now, looks like possible gesture snipe from Voodoo, looking to end this game early, but a nice Tech 2 arm flag from Armageddon will clean up those gestures nicely, saving Postal. Without that Tech 2 flak, this would have been a very different game. Now, Mad Stork has created a very nice force. And is moving again in against the superior. Unless he has numbers, but more Tech 2 for the bottom side team. Mighty Humper using his Tech 2 to make a line of point defense. Unfortunately for him, this point defense cannot shoot through this mountain. A gun for Jade. Ulstravas showing their worth. With Armageddon, he's currently behind his units, but it doesn't really matter considering he's always shooting at something. He also has Tech 2. Another major engagement going on. Bottom side, Postal moving in, taking out Mexes. Now it appears he'll be sandwiched in between two forces, but his force appears superior right now, though it is saturated with flak. Voodoo manages to clean that up quite nicely with the large T2 land spam. Large interceptor presence coming in from NYQ. Let's check mass numbers for the back players. NYQ. Plus 59 mass. 1600 power. Chevrolet. 53 mass. About 900 power. So significant eco advantage for top side. Most likely because he managed to establish this base, which is now being overrun by engineers for no good reason. It was a nice try from Voodoo, but not gonna end up happening. Now we're seeing swift winds come out against the interceptors, and they should be cleaned up quite nicely. Meanwhile, we have Mad Stork pushing out against the Mighty Humper. Tech 2 point defense, slowing down the force though, and they'll be distracted, allowing him to live another day. This force doing amazing things, being very aggressive, using superior Ulstrava numbers to take on Mantis and Rhinos. Another air battle. Top side team should win it, especially because it's over Tech 2 flak. 8 kills, 11 kills on that flak. Even more on these flak. Voodoo sending a nice raiding group up the side. Got some hoplites and Mantis, but will be cleaned up. TML coming out for Postal. What can that hit anything? That should be able to hit most of his base. Well, of his advanced base anyway. Now we're getting the message that NYQ is going for Tech 3 air. Preparing power storages. Right now we see Armageddon has got, I believe, the repair upgrade on his ACU. Yes, he's the nano repair. Gives him a ridiculous repair speed on his ACU. Almost 100 per second at this point, with the veterancy and the Tech 2. He's attempting to send a large Tech 2, Tech 1 force against all these Tech 2 point defense. He might be successful. The RD is doing surprisingly good work taking care of that. That Stork has a very nice base up here. Lots of flak, 2 shields. Now we're seeing Voodoo amass a Corsair spam with gestures, It looks like he'll be looking to end the game right as Armageddon is making progress. Now we see an entire 10 Tech 2 flag ready to take care of any Air Force. Now, today, massive Loyalist force. Very critical overcharges coming out, and meanwhile the Tech 2 snipe comes in. Armageddon just has too much health. He goes below half health. The gestures come in. Overcharge to take care of the what did you call them? Like, Loyalists. And he manages to survive. Voodoo comments on Armageddon's invincibility. Looks like this base was given over to Postal. So those are Cybern mass extractors, and he's UEF. So he was gifted them. And my Q no longer requires the mass. Now we're seeing Jade being forced back by lots of Ultravas. Stand still against the Arty, and 22 minutes in when we have our first casualty of the game. This should leave a lot of nice reclaim for the bottom side team. Now we're seeing a chicken going up from Mad Stork. It's about halfway done. Is there any sort of counter to this? Not that I see. Strat bombers might be a possibility if it has inferior air control. But now that NYQ is spamming out ASF really hard, that'll be difficult. A scout coming out from Chevalier. Lots of build capacity on the chicken, should be done relatively quickly. Armageddon getting Tech 3 on his ACU. Does not want it to die. And with all that regen speed, it'll take quite a few things to kill that. Appears we're having similar ASF numbers. Let's see. Armageddon, 20 ASF. Chevalier, 19 ASF, so almost identical ASF numbers. NYQ has some of the stealth enabled on his ASF. Chicken is complete from Mad Stork. He's moving it right down. Plan is to move it into the middle. Unite with Tech 3 shields. Maybe we'll get support from Tech 2 flak. And I guess run right at this. The Mighty Humper is vastly unprepared to deal with this threat. Any experimentals with the bottom side? No. Voodoo is barely managing to hold off this Ultra force with bricks and Tech 2 gunships. So far superior map control for the bottom side team. This chicken might be game over. We might see Mercies or Corsairs. Something crazy to try to prevent this chicken from doing damage. Do they know about the chicken right now? Well, if they didn't, they do now. Mighty Humper's gotta run. Nothing that can save him at this point. Minute 27. He goes down. Now it's become a 4v2 in favor of the topside team. Meanwhile, we've got a second chicken coming up. Massive forces pushing in through the center, through the top, through the bottom. Huge ASF numbers. Mercy's coming out, but being denied by NYQ's ASF force. There's nothing he can do at this point. Although, he is doing the correct thing in bunching the NGs. Emergency Tech 1 anti-air going up. He'll need emergency Tech 1 everything if he wants to live. The chicken decides to go around, attack Voodoo. Its shields are taken out. Spider, that's a third of the way done. Yeah, that was a very crucial tech deflak early on. So at minute 30, the game is pretty much won. Ultra Buzz, awesome. Targeting the ACU. Overcharge is trying to come out, won't be successful. And Chicken finishes it off. And at 29 minutes, the top team wins the game without taking a single casualty. Most important plays, I'd say Armageddon getting this control and getting the nano repair. He also sending that tech to flak against the gesture site was very crucial as well. Mad Stork taking this upper expansion, getting all that mass for the whole game, also critical. And NYQ coming down here with a drop, setting up a base, and getting all that mass, giving him a superior eco, allowing him to get 5 Tech 3 powers over the course of the game. Whereas his opponent air player had only managed to build 1. So good game all around, and if you have any suggestions for these casts, please leave them in the comments below. Cannot speak today. Please like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff, and good night.